Easy go. Phew. Nice. I like my moderator Ian always likes to give me a report of what he's wearing. Center that a little better there. I tried to get my camera just a little bit closer, a little bit of an angle. So I can see maybe what my hips are doing a little better. I'm wearing my competition sleeves. These are Helix. The best powerlifting sleeves on the market, in my opinion. But they're super uncomfortable. And you can't walk around in them like you can the SBDs. They'll cut off your circulation. They'll definitely add they'll add a few pounds to your squat for sure. But I don't normally train in them because of how uncomfortable they are. Probably have them too high. I think I need to cheat them down. Oh, they suck. Yeah. Oh, no, I forgot about the Mustang. Yeah, maybe I'll fire that up after I get done training. How was my day? Well, I almost got the chicken coop built. So currently we have what we call Chicken City. It's 16 by 8 feet with it's an old kids playground that we turned into a chicken coop. And we have 22 chickens. But with the bird flu that's going on in the country, we want to stop letting them free range in the backyard. So I'm building them another 30-foot run on the side that attaches to it. So it's going to be 30, 40, 50 feet, 50-foot chicken coop with like air conditioning. My daughter's got her friend over, so she's going to barge in and just start making demands. She just left the gate open. So I'm going to lock this door. Go. All right. The only thing that sucks about that is not enough air in here. Okay. All right. I added this tape because it makes the bar not slide down the back. It's getting kind of raggedy. All right. Working out with roaches. Maybe. Okay. Are you working out with roaches? Was it because my garage is messy? I get it. But that's what I'm talking about, man. It's like I put a Band-Aid out there to get better trolls. You know, like people, you guys that are sitting on your toilet and you drop by and you leave shitty comments, you need to be clever. Like, that's just not funny. I'm like, what do I do with that? You Mr. Jigsaw K3. Like, I don't know. Like, you trolls suck. You guys are stupid. Like, come on, man. Like, step it up. Give me something to work with. Your human roach Jigsaw boy. Yeah, like, what do you say to that? Like, oh, I don't know. And Ian's blowing himself in the comments section. Will you guys please subscribe to this kid so he'll stop hoarding my chat up with how awesome he is? Right. I think that's going to be the key with my spine imbalance. I think if I turn my foot slightly out. Now, Ian, you've made a lot of progress. You've done really well. I'm proud of you, dude. All kidding aside. You're going to join the military, and they're going to teach you a whole new vernacular, a whole new parlance, diction, cadence, the way you speak, the little comments we make if you keep asking, like, what the hell are you talking about? It'll make sense. Trust me. Was Ed Cohn great? Ed Cohn is the greatest powerlifter of all time, in my opinion. Now, you can make an argument that John Hack has better numbers in the 220 weight class. So, I mean, they're right there. Had John Hack, Ed Cohn, you know. But I don't know. See, the equipment was different. I think Ed used sleeves and wraps. But like the wraps they used to have back in the day was like ace bandages and shit. It's not like they didn't have, I mean, I don't know. Like you look at modern equipment, like these knee sleeves, for example. These are Helix knee sleeves. Anybody looking for knee sleeves, don't buy these. They suck. They're awful. No, they are the best powerlifting knee sleeves made. So if your goal is to lift as much as possible in the raw category, Helix makes the best knee sleeve that you can buy. I'm going to say that hands down, not even a question. However, they are uncomfortable, they hurt, they're hard to put on, and they're almost impossible to take off if you even have the slightest amount of sweat. I had to use like a half a bottle of baby oil and a fucking pry bar to get them off, and I actually damaged them. I ripped them trying to take them off the first time. So I wrote Helix and I said, how do you, like, I almost had to go to the HR and they were going to cut the sleeves off me. And I said, no, I just paid $200 for them. You're not cutting them off. I'm not even joking. Like, I couldn't get the sleeve off. It was like an emergency situation. And then they showed me a technique where you fold it over and you slowly pry it back and forth until it pops off. That's how you get them off. It literally takes 15, 20 minutes. Like, if they get stuck on your legs. But they'll add 20 pounds to your squat. Oh, God, the kids are playing outside. Let me see what they need. Della, what do you guys got going on? You guys all right? Della, you guys okay?
Yeah, Frank's just gone out. Yeah,
Did you go get him? Do I need to close the gate? Is the gate closed? Don't close it.
Hey, I'm going through your stream. Hey!
The dog's in the house.
The doors are closed.
I locked it because he barged in. Let's open it up.
I'm sorry, I thought it was
And you left the gate open. So, do me a favor. I got it. Open it. Now, Prince can't get out the front door.
Yes,
He
we
can
know.
push out the front.
Yes, we
Well,
know.
I'm letting you know because he knows how to open that door. So if you make sure it's just latched properly.
Okay. Can I have an ice cream too? Now?
Yeah, you go for it.
Thank you.
You may indeed. Yeah, my dog knows how to open doors, by the way.
Okay.
What are you doing? Did you just ask for ice cream?
Yeah.
So why are you putting them back?
Because I want a different ice cream.
So what? Okay, can you like grab? I said you can have ice cream, but grab them and go.
Meow.
I didn't say reorganize the freezer. I love that kid. Bobby, stop talking about a woman's reproduction organ in the chat. So we got, would you rather lift arms or legs every day? If I had to pick Rustin, I'd go with legs. There's some evidence to suggest that if all you did was just heavy barbell squats, your musculature is going to adapt with it. I mean, does that mean if you're doing squats, you're working arms out? No, but like, I think the body's got a way of creating an equilibrium. It's like you're not going to see a dude with giant quads and like tiny skinny arms. The body will balance out. So as long as you're doing some kind of training, I think you get more mileage out of heavy squatting. Plus, squatting translates to every single sport you do. Matter of fact, I challenge you guys in the chat right now. Think of one sport, and we're not talking chess. A sport, an actual sport where you use your body, where squats wouldn't improve your performance. Baby Tevez, what? You're about 4 years too late, brother. We either have a bot or someone who's retarded. You know what the Marine Corps says, baby? No lives matter. You're all equally worthless pieces of shit. Do you ever see a bicyclist? Their legs are massive. Yeah, they got huge quads. But look at Neil Armstrong's body. Have you ever looked at his build? He's got a decent upper body physique. All those guys they're they do have abnormally large quads. Same with those what do you call those speed skaters? The guys that skate in the Olympics in oval, those little oval skating, and they have those just huge butt cheeks and giant quads and then little tiny calves. They're still in pretty good shape. Archery. Let me think about that. Now I'm saying my argument is that squats would improve the sport. So what would doing heavy squats do for archery? Well, it'll definitely give you a better stance. It'll give you more endurance, and it'll give you the ability to put your legs in compromised positions for long periods of time. Like if you got into a kneeling or a sit or like a squatting position, you could definitely archery. That's a good one. Well, you, you win the challenge apparently. Uh, oh, I said Neil Armstrong. I wonder if Neil squatted. I bet you astronauts worked out pretty good. Yeah. There. The body beatdown. You're working out right now, aren't you, brother? Do you have gynosensitivity? How do I prevent it? Do I have gynosensitivity? You talking about gynecomastia? I don't know. I mean, go get your blood work done, I guess, if your hormones are out of whack. But no, I don't have issues with gyno. Let me see. T. Newstrom, your message was deleted, but before I look at it, I'm going to guess you said something about Hawk Tua girl. Let's see if I'm right. Drum roll. T. Newstrom, are you the Hawk Tua girl? Yep. I'm starting to think Newstrom's a bot. Only real men have gyno. Rustin Welly, stop trolling. Some people are trying to learn things. I think he knows what he's talking about. Yeah, Rustin, I try to what I try to do is since like stopping trolls on YouTube would be like trying to like improve traffic during rush hour. I was telling my wife because she gets mad when like people cut her off or whatever. I was like, so even if you have road rage, right? And say someone cuts you off, and like one time I lost my composure. I just had it. I had one of those days where it was the last straw. This guy in this little Mercedes, whatever, little fucking cheap one, pulls in front of my work truck and then slows down, gets in front of me. No one behind me, by the way. You know what I mean? He could have just let me pass him and then got over. No, he waits till I get up to him and then he comes over and cuts me off. I just got infuriated, and I pride myself on my ability to keep my composure, but on this particular day, I just blew a fuse. And I drove onto the shoulder of the freeway and passed him on the shoulder, got in front of him, and slammed on my brakes. I mean, I was like yanking the parking brake. What's on the floor, actually? Like, he was pissed. So then he starts like trying to like road rage me, and then when he saw what I looked like, he freaked out and then took off and got off on the next exit. The point is, I scared the shit out of that guy, and he's probably going to drive probably nice for the rest of the way home. So one person, I got somebody to behave. I did it, and then I get cut off by the next guy. It happens over again. 2 minutes later, you just can't. You can't control traffic. You know, nothing you do is going to improve the disposition of shitty drivers. Well, the same thing with YouTube, the comment section. We've got sub 90 IQ men sitting on their toilets and they're bored. They don't want to read the shampoo bottle, so they're going to flip through shorts. And for whatever reason, they're compelled to leave shitty comments. Now, I've tried to use this as a model to monetize. You leave a good comment that's funny, I'm going to read it, even if it's at my expense, and we'll have a good laugh. That's kind of the challenge for the trolls is like, say something funny. If you say something funny, I'll actually read it. But the problem is that the trolls are disappointing. I'm starting to think that there's a problem in our country where anybody under the age of, like, say, 35 is sub 90 IQ and mildly retarded. I don't know. No, I just don't understand it. It's like you're going to take the time to actually write something offensive, but it's this shit. It's like I can't do anything with that. Like, you're disappointing me. You're not upsetting me. You're disappointing me. I'm like your dad. I'm disappointed, son. So I say, okay, take some time, get on Reddit, go find like the shittiest corner of the internet where people just talk nothing but mad shit. Get some inspiration. Maybe write down some one-liners that are like, damn. Like if I said to you, I would have been your dad, but the dog beat me over the fence, you little shit. And it's like, whoa. These guys are like, or you can say like, you look like somebody tried to put out a fire on your face with a screwdriver. Get some zing into it. Not Diddy, you look like Diddy. Or what, like just these dumb, like drool coming down the lip one-liners that my 10-year-old could do better. And she doesn't even have a command of the English language. You guys are disappointing. That's the point. Like, I'm looking for good humor. Work with me, people. All right. Now, I wasn't paying attention to the comments, so let's see what we came up with. Insurance fraud attempt, maybe. Careful, those road ragers could have pew pews. Bob, you're a bitch. You don't think that like, first of all, do you think I leave the house unarmed? You can't live your life in fear, man. No, I'm just joking around. Like, normally I am actually the most mild-mannered driver. I always let people pass me. Like, I normally, I'm the guy putting along in the slow lane because I'm in my work truck and I don't fight traffic. I got to drive all day. I don't want the fucking hassle. If I think someone's going to pass me and cut me off, I will purposely slow down and just let you go. And, but just, some days we just, we don't have it for whatever reason. Yeah, I think Italy's better. Sure, guys. Now I keep a 45 in my center console, but you got to be like, that's for when I'm on job sites in the middle of the night. There's no security. You gotta be you gotta be really careful. Like, if you were one of those guys that flashed a piece in traffic and somebody reported your license plate, uh, you be prepared to have some police show up. Like, that's a bad deal. You don't want to be that guy. uh, 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 Oh. That dude SpongeBob. Can you even squat your body weight? Like, I'm guessing you probably couldn't even squat your body weight. So you probably shouldn't be talking about other lifters. Oh, you're probably not even a lifter, huh? Mikey, what's up? Guns and Magnolias. My friend, you seem to have some BBL action going on there. Lay off the squats for a year. Well, which one is it? I either have a giant posterior chain or I have chicken legs, one of the two. This is what I always tell people. They're like, your legs are tiny. I'm like, I don't know. And I've never hit a squat in a competition and had the judges say, well, your legs are too small, so that doesn't count. It's like, opinion on black folks. What do you mean? I don't understand the question. Yo, OG Boo Dirty. Screen is small, isn't it? Does it seem like it's a little bit smaller? Yeah, I was noticing that too. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know. I must have messed the setting up or something. Fun train. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand the question. Like, opinion on black folks, like in regards to what? Like, I need a like maybe a little more of a specific question. What's what's your thoughts on things? Are you for things or against things? I like things. Things are awesome. But sometimes I hate things too. Some things are not awesome. Uh, Gentlemen, I'll be right back. Give me a second. Make sure these kids. Come on, doggy. Back in there. Come on, Chris. Come on, Doug. What are you doing back here? What's up, buddy? Going back there. All right. Oh, I don't want you to bad, but no. Come on. No. Good boy. I have the garage open. You can't come out here. All right. Do you like things? Yeah, but sometimes I like stuff better, especially like things that are stuff. Sometimes stuff is good, but things sometimes are gooder. Well, sometimes things are mean and bad, and sometimes things are awesome. But I like things. But not as much as stuff, though. Stuff is better than things. Christianico. I got the 490 squat when I was 17 years old. Had to quit because of my knees. No, I guess if I'm gonna, I guess I'll answer that question honestly. So, here in Vegas, we are very diverse, and if you were to find yourself, like, say, a racist person in construction, you're probably not gonna have a good time because because whites are the minority. I don't know about the minority, but we have a good mix of people. We have people from India, Pakistan, Nigeria, Liberia, South Africa, Australia, Canadians. Got a lot of Canadians. Mexico, of course, big time. Guatemala, the Dominican. I want to say got a couple guys from Chile. Who else? Argentina. Got a couple of people from Argentina. A lot of Latin Americans. But essentially, it's just like it's one big party out here in Vegas, and I never understood what racism was until I had to go back east to Martinsburg, and that's the Panhandle of West Virginia. And I was at the VA, and I was eating in the cafeteria, and everybody was segregated. And when I kind of I was just curious, I just asked someone about it, and they said that everybody sticks to themselves and they don't like each other, like black and whites. There's like it's not that they, I don't know, it's hard to describe because it's not that they don't talk to each other, but they don't, there's like a divide. So when, and then I, of course, me being from out of town, I wasn't accepted by the white people either because they don't like other white people. So not only do they not like other races, they don't like other demographics. So, me being like, where are you from, city boy? Like, you sure got a pretty mouth, boy. Like, oh, well, thank you. But we did when I was doing my sociology class in university when I was going to school, we did kind of a study on skin color in relation to the distance from the equator. And if you look at it, if you go on Google and type in skin color relative to the equator, you just type that word, that search in, it'll come up with a map that shows indigenous populations and the color of their skin. And what it shows is the closer to the equator you get, the darker your skin generally, and the farther away from the equator you get, the lighter your skin. Well, what can you get from that? What implication does that give you? We're all one race. Now, genetically speaking, there was a incident that happened where we lost 80% of our biodiversity as a species. So all of us come from a very narrow common ancestry. So we're all related, and we're not that far apart either. And this goes back just a few, I want to say, like, what was it, 25,000 years? Maybe it's 40,000, but not that long ago. The Homo sapiens have been around for 300,000 years, and humans have been around for a few million years. So modern man is 300,000 years old, but there was an extinction event that almost wiped us out. So we're really closely related. Now, there's an argument to be made that where we run into friction is culturally. And there's like if you want to look at like an evolutionary aspect of humans, is we're kind of designed to be able to track about 150 people. You can keep about 150 people's names, all their information, good relationships. There's 150 is right about the max. So what does that tell us? Well, we probably evolved from, small groups that probably followed their food sources. We were nomadic. We're extremely adaptable. So that means we could go from Africa and cross the Bering Straits and, live in the frozen tundra, and wherever we settled, we would adapt to that. So it's like, I wish people would kind of get over the race thing and the cultural question. And that's like where a lot of Americans, especially like with us trying to spread democracy everywhere, it's like, well, we don't, granted that a lot of cultures, they don't want our way of life. So they're like, if that's something that I don't, that's a discussion that would be interesting to have. But no, the race thing to me, it's just like, it's so stupid. Like, you can't control what color skin you have. Like, what? Why does that matter? Zyro, what's up? Kyle Rojas, whack job. Indeed. Love from India, S2NAI. You really feel like sometimes the things are bad, right? That's how you really feel. I'm 175 pounds, 17 years old. Just hit 1400 total. That's outstanding. That should put you right around national records for that weight class if you have a 1400-pound total, assuming you're natural. John, the chimpanzee. Yeah, I'm more of a bonobo. Do you think Adam and Eve existed? Yes. Yes, but the question is, now, one of the other things I studied and have a great interest in is theology and mythology. So we know that all of the archetypes that have been handed down throughout past civilizations, going back to like, the Sumerians, kind of happen over and over again. There's like a Jesus Christ figure. There's a flood, obviously, and there's actually evidence of the flood too. If you get into geology, evolutionary biology, that kind of thing, without getting too far into the weeds. So there's evidence to suggest that a lot of these biblical things did happen. The question is when, and a lot of people get hung up on the archetypes. They're like, well, if this story keeps happening over and over again, what doesn't that make each religion that borrows it false? And the question I want to answer is not whether or not Christianity is true or Islam's true or whatever, Buddhism. The question I want to answer is where did the archetype originate from, and why does it still persist to this day? Like, why are we drawn to the hero's journey? You know what I mean? Like the Odyssey, that kind of thing. Like, what makes us aspire to want to be like these archetypes and to follow the wisdom that's been handed down? So it's a matter of like, kind of sifting through the what's false to find what's true, because in simplest of terms, 2 plus 2 will always equal 4, no matter what language it's in. No matter where it originated from, no matter what culture implemented a mathematical system, 2 plus 2 is always 4. True is true. So if you can find what's true, you can discard the rest. So it's like if you could say my ethos is like, it's like I want to find what makes us similar as opposed to what divides us. I find that fascinating. I'm from Guatemala, and I'm sad my aunt passed away today. Oh, that sucks, Taylor. I really, my heart goes out to you. But no, the question is, do you think Adam and Eve existed? I do. I really do. It'd be so. Have you guys ever read the Book of Enoch? It used to be part of the Bible, but the Catholics left it out. They left out several testaments for whatever reason. They decided that they weren't canon. But at one point, it was part of the Bible. And if any of you guys are really, really interested to learn about the antediluvian time period, like the pre-flood time period, I suggest reading the Book of Enoch, because it's super enlightening. If you just kind of look at it like take your ideology out of it, or your preconceptions, and just kind of read it like a book. Pretend it's fiction, like a good novel, and just read it. And it's got some really, really awesome stuff, and it'll change the way you look at Genesis if you read the Bible, for sure. Mike, he says I'm smart. Dude, I do some dumb shit. I was training with Greg Doucette. Nice. You were training with Greg? And he said that I had the body to win, but I gave it all up for crystal meth. Fun train. Yeah, dude, I went through a really, really, really bad drug addiction. But I was able to get off of that and kind of straighten things up. Now, Squinty, I guess we'll never know. Fun train. Look, it's as cliche as it sounds. Like, get yourself together. Look, I'm 50 years old. People are like, well, if anything, I'm trying to prove that it's never too late to get started. I've only been powerlifting since 40. My first competition was 40 years old. These sleeves are cutting off my circulation. Calm down for a minute. Walk around a bit. So I'm wearing, for anybody that wasn't with me earlier, I'm wearing my competition sleeves. These are Helix sleeves. They are super, super, super thick neoprene. They're competition legal, but the material, if you look at the SPD sleeves, by contrast, SPD is largely considered to be competition standard. And, it's half-inch thick or however thick it is. And it's stretchy, but it's got, it's rigid. So this will add, these will add 5, maybe 10 pounds to your squat. These are made with the same design, the helical stitch, and they're the same thickness, but the material is 4 times as dense. So they're super hard to put on. They're super uncomfortable. They hurt. They cut off your circulation. They're almost like wearing wraps. These will add 20 pounds to your squat. I think. They have the potential to add 20 pounds to your squat. So, and I only like to use them when I'm competing. And the only reason why I'm using them now is because I got to get used to them because I compete in 3 weeks. I ran out of creatine yesterday. I wouldn't worry too much about it. If you're loaded up, if you're taking it daily and you go without for a little bit, it's not going to do anything. Ancient civilizations and history buff. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. So I studied theology. I did my dissertation on Eastern Bloc communism and the October Revolution in 1917 when the Bolsheviks took power. I did a study on you could say communism, but more specifically the Bolsheviks and Trotsky. And then, of course, we contrasted it to other communist states like Cambodia, Cuba, and did a comparison to see why a system that is utopian in nature, if you look at the way it's written, how could it fail so miserably across so many vast different cultures, and why can it work? And I did a pretty long report on that, so I would consider myself kind of an expert on collectivism, and that's why I'm such a free market patriot. Uh, you look like David Lee Roth in overalls. Rockin' steady in your daddy's car. You got a stereo and a mean guitar, and it's all right. All right. Some folks say easy come is easy go, and some folks say, and then you got to be able to jump up and do the splits. I'm just a gigolo, and everywhere I go, people know the song I'm singing. Pay for every dance, in the eat romance. Ooh, I'm singing. There will come a day when youth will pass away. What do they say about me? Well, I'm just a gigolo, and everywhere I go, life goes on without me. That's my best David Lee Roth impression. Boozy, boozy, bop, city bop. I'm so sad and lonely. Want some pretty mama come and take a chance on me, 'cause I ain't so bad. Yeah, y'all. You know what? I got an idea. Okay. There. I'll have to cut that off later, but for now, hopefully I'll keep it from my shirt from sticking to it. Goes on without me. All right. Good singing. Surprised my pride dropped. Like everybody just left the chat. They're like, hell no. The stream formatted like this gets less views. I don't know. I don't know why it's. I did the same thing I always do. I don't know why it's different. You know what I think I accidentally set the stream up to accept a shared streamer, like to invite somebody. I just left me Wednesday with my own house. Back in the day, I used to bench 405 easy, and now I'm female. I just left me Wednesday with my own house. Okay. That was, I just hit 405 for a double. That's 475, I believe, on there now. I heard in U.S. prisons, if you get top sex change but keep your dongy, they have to have a female corrections officer search your top and a male corrections officer search your lower. Uh, uh, Julian, what's up? Man, Julian, you're missing out on the I would say collegiate level of discourse that people are participating in. we're we're reaching undiscovered country in philosophical discourse. Dude. You rock to some 50 Cent. Yeah, I like 50. Fiddy, Fiddy. King Julian. No, I don't drink. I haven't had a drink since 2013. Crispy. That's a cool name. Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam. Let's see who that is. Rob Van Dam. Oh, he's a John Claude wannabe. He looks like Billy Joel. Do you fast? Yes, I do. I try to do a 72-hour fast every 6 months, and I'm actually going to try to do a 100-hour fast after the competition. Got Vince Cinnamon. He's either laughing with me or at me. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. So let me ask you guys, on your streaming devices, whatever you're watching this on, does it look more narrow than normal? All right. What am I working up to today? So today is February 26th. So 5:45 for 3, 5:50 for 3, 5:55 for 3. Oh. Uh, do you think a 10 millimeter RDX belt is good enough for serious power lifter? Does your RDX have like a cam lock? Because what I like about those singlet in the same belt every single competition I've ever been in. So you can't hear me. Uh-oh. That ain't good. Hmm. All right, vote. Should I restart the stream? You guys want me to restart it? I think it might be for the best. Just end the stream and boot it back up. All right, I'm going to end it and boot it back up. Give me about 10 minutes. I'll use the bathroom too.